Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So if you are wondering what is happening right now with price action of Bitcoin and also what could be unfolding next, then this video is definitely for you, because in this video I am going to show you with different scenarios why the price of Bitcoin is preparing for another movement that looks very interesting at this current stage. So if you are going to watch this video, then also guys, please take 2 seconds of your time and smash the like button. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So now let's jump into the content. So now starting this year in a daily time frame, we can see when the price of Bitcoin started this downtrend, right? We formed this very nice rising wedge. Price had a breakout, tried to re-enter it, got a rejection and this pullback scenario. And now after this price pullback, around the June and July month, you can see we also started forming another interesting scenario that looked like falling wedge, because falling wedge is a bullish scenario and we are aware of that. Rising wedge, bearish scenario, falling wedge, bullish scenario. But around this area, not just only the falling wedge, this broadening bottom scenario, if you don't want to look this as a falling wedge. So this here has unfolded so far. But now, since the price of Bitcoin wants to continue here to the upside, what could be unfolding around this area? So now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you in a very simple way, guys, because right now what we want, if the price of Bitcoin wants to continue here to the upside, we want at any cost the price of Bitcoin to follow this rising trend line, because this rising trend line is not just only acting as a support, right? You can see here, but it is also showing us the possible trend direction for Bitcoin. So that's why right now with each and every price movement around this price range, you can see here, if you go back around from 42,000 range, guys, you can see this 42,000 was a strong line of resistance, right? Resistance. We broke out of it, started hitting here to the upside. And what happened next, you can see a price started some consolidation, and around that area where the price started finding support, this was also another important line where we found support in past Bitcoin price action. You can see, and the same line around this price range of 44 to 45,000 was actually acting as a support. So now if you look in our case right now, the area where we are finding a strong rejection, you can see this here, right, is another important line where we found support here in the past Bitcoin price action, and the same line around this 47 to 48,000 range is actually acting as a resistance, and we are aware of that. So now if this resistance is also going to get broken, where we might be possibly hitting, guys, according to this analysis, the next possible target for us could be lying around this 51,000 price area. So this 51,000 price area, because this line was a very important line of support resistance, right? So now if this 48,000 range is going to get broken and price is also going to find support above that, then the next possible target of Bitcoin could be around 51,000 price range. And why this 51,000 price target actually makes a lot of sense right now for Bitcoin is because you can see here, if you look at this in a bit different way, let's switch this time frame into 4-hour time frame. And also guys, I just want to make you aware that Phemex right now is providing around $1,200 bonus to our community member who sign up using this ref link and deposit at least 1 Bitcoin. This $1,200 bonus will be credited within 24 hours after your initial deposit. So what you can do after this $1,200 bonus is credited, leave your initial deposit on the side and just trade with this $1,200 free money provided by Phemex. This is a great opportunity, so definitely try grabbing it. So now let's switch into another chart. To those individuals who watched my video from yesterday, we did actually talk about this breakout, what is being witnessed around this area, because we were aware that yesterday the price here was forming this very nice falling wedge type of scenario, and we were aware this falling wedge could see a potential breakout at least, what did I say, at least towards this central line, of this ascending channel, because we can see this central line was an important line of support here in the past Bitcoin price action. So the same line could be acting as a resistance, and exactly when we came across this central line, you can see we did found some difficulty. So that's why what we want right now, if we do manage to turn this resistance from the center line into support, the price here could slowly start breaking here to the upper direction and also heading towards the next potential target, which I just showed you with the previous example, around 51,000 price range. And why this 51,000 also makes a lot of sense if we look at this price action in a bit different way, because you can see here, guys, what I'm going to do next, I'm actually going to add this Fibonacci extension line from this swing low till this swing high, because we can see very clearly, guys, that the price of Bitcoin is getting rejection around this 0.786 Fibonacci line that is lying around $47,819, because this line here is definitely going to be another line of resistance if the price of Bitcoin wants to continue here to the upside. But if this 0.786 is going to get broken, right, which is around 47,800, the next possible target is also going to be this 100% Fibonacci extension line. And this 100% Fibonacci extension line is also around 50,681. So that's why with the previous example, this 50,600, 51,000 range, between that line, this is where we might be getting gravitated if the price does manage to also break out of this 0.786 Fibonacci line, because not just only the price action, also the indicators, because according to this CPI indicator, you can see the price of Bitcoin has already managed to break out of this resistance line, the monthly arrow line. So if we do manage to find a support above this monthly arrow line that is lying around $46,180, if we do manage to find a proper support above it, then there is a very likely scenario that the price of Bitcoin could start this impulsive move here to the upper direction, because according to the monthly CPI lines, the next possible target, if the proper support is going to be around this monthly arrow line, then the next target is going to be this monthly R2 line. And this monthly R2 line, you can see, is also around $50,899. So that's why, guys, you can see this $50,000 to $51,000 price target could actually make a lot of sense before price chooses an actual trend direction. So that's why what I personally also believe is, if we do manage to find a proper support above this monthly R1 line, there is a very, very likely scenario that we come across this monthly R2 line around this 50 to 51,000 before choosing a trend direction. So this is what I see right now, and not just only in a daily time frame or in a smaller time frame, but also in a weekly time frame. Right now, as you can see, the price of Bitcoin does looks like it might be actually finding a support above this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement line, and this 0.5 in a weekly is a very, very important line. So that's why around this 46,700, if we do manage to find a proper support for Bitcoin, the next target according to this Fibonacci line is also 0.618, and this is lying around $51,000. So that's why you can see, doesn't matter whichever scenario you look, also the indicators, the price of Bitcoin could be getting gravitated around this 50 to 51,000 price area before choosing an actual trend duration, because here to the downside, the indicators in a weekly time frame, this is a bullish crossover what we are witnessing. If we look at the RSI line, the RSI in a weekly is clearly above 50 level. And also if we look at the TSI, true strength indicator, we might be seeing this bullish crossover happening here very, very soon. In a weekly, you can see the indicators are also slowly turning bullish. So that's why there is a very, very likely scenario that we could see some more impulsive movement before price choosing an actual trend duration. So any sort of a price pullback, again this 0.5, which is around 46,700, and also the monthly R1 line that is around 46,100. So let's say if the price of Bitcoin does manages to stay above this 46,000, that should be absolutely fine with Bitcoin. So let's see if our price target here to the upside around this 50 to 51,000 is going to get reached or not. So these are some of the scenarios I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.